Am I the a-hole for not agreeing to have seg with my wife while she's in labor? My wife, 28 female, and I, 30 male, are expecting our first baby very soon. She's 8.5 months pregnant, so we're at the point where it could technically happen at any time. We pretty much have all of the last-minute preparations ready. She has a birth plan that she's gone over with me so many times I could recite it verbatim. I think reviewing it over and over again gives her some sort of comfort when she starts to feel anxious about everything, so I let her review it with me for the umpteenth time. My bigger concern is her birth plan not going according to plan, and her not being prepared for that, but she gets mad when I suggest that it's a possibility. Anyway, as she's gotten closer to birth, she has made some edits to the plan. That's totally reasonable. The latest change has thrown me for a loop. She's really hurt by my reaction to it. After she initially goes into labor, ideally at home, but before it's time to go to the hospital, she wants to have seg. She thinks it will help with any pain she's experiencing, possibly speed things along, and will be the ultimate intimate act to make love as she's laboring with our child. I don't want to have seg when she's in labor. I don't even know if I could have seg, as in physically get excited in that moment. I told her I doubt when she actually goes into labor and is having contractions that she'll be at all interested in seg, but how dare I tell her how she'll feel? She cried over it last night after I told her how I felt. I tried reassuring her that it has nothing to do with not loving her or finding her attractive. I'm insanely attracted to her, and in the home stretch of her pregnancy, we've probably been having the amount of seg we had when we were in a new relationship and couldn't keep our hands off each other. So, I don't have any sort of repulsion against having seg with my pregnant wife or a woman who is a mother or anything like that. There's just something about her being in labor that is off-putting to me. I feel gross even typing it out here. It just feels wrong. And the way she worded it, making love, just weirded me out. She's never used that term before. Sounds like a cheesy romance novel my grandma keeps stocked in the waiting area of her beauty salon. I'm willing to do just about anything else she wants. She also said she wants to have an orgasm when she's deeper into labor because she's been reading about how it can provide natural pain relief. In this case, she's talking about something separate from the egg at home when she first goes into labor. I think maybe that's where this is all coming from. She started reading about orgasmic birth, and that's what she's focused on now. She wants me to be involved in this, not actual penetrative seg at that point. Being at the hospital with nurses and doctors all around and stimulating her breasts and giving her an orgasm is just sort of revolting to me. It sounds incredibly uncomfortable, so she's very upset with me today. She expected me to be completely on board with all this, and in her words, she can't understand why I wouldn't do this for her. Now I'm the jerk for ruining her birth plan. I can't help but think that my feelings about this have got to be pretty normal. I know that she's my wife and she's the one giving birth to our baby, and a good husband will do whenever his wife wants or needs in that moment. So maybe I am the a-hole for not being agreeable to it. I feel like an a-hole for making her cry and for apparently making her think I don't love her. Her words. It's just weird as hell to me to think about doing any of this stuff. Note that when she told me about these additions to her plan, I didn't react like, hell no. That's weird. Internally, that's how I reacted. I think I was a bit more nuanced when I spoke out loud, though. I tried to be gentle about it, as I've learned to be very gentle with what I say to her lately. At the same time, I think I'm allowed to voice how uncomfortable this idea is to me.